Next Gen's live got me all fired up, so I figured I'll stop in here for a little bit before I head to bed. But I've been working on the shop a lot the last few days. Still got a long ways to go, but it's coming along. So Ruben, Ty, how we doing, fellas? Lane Johnson, how we doing, sir? Down to like my last 40 beaver or so to do. Starting tomorrow night. Dilbert Hunting, how we doing? Lynn's family all here. Hi, Pops. Hi, Mama. Man, looking forward to seeing you guys. That's gonna be a good time. Waiting on the fish to bite, Ruben. AKW, what's up? Johnny, what's up, man? Samuel. Uh, so after Next Gen went live, I gave him a call here a little bit ago. You might be seeing something pretty wild coming from either my channel or his in a couple days. Uh, this this could get pretty sporty. I'm looking forward to it. Really, AKW? Didn't let you chat? That's too bad. Oh, Eric, yeah. As Ruger said, I'm the late night special. Johnny responded to my email. I know you sent me one last night. I probably messaged you at work. I haven't seen anything yet, I don't think. Surprise visits? No, not right now, Tyler. No. No, unless my wife came out here, which she should be asleep. So I shouldn't be in too much trouble, but um, no, me and Next Gen have something, hopefully, if it works, planned out. Which should be a lot of fun. Okay, Johnny, I'll check it. My email, I turned off notifications for it a couple years ago, so I actually have to go through and manually check it. Don, how we doing? Ruben? What me and Next Gen have planned won't be dynamite, but we might be hitting something. Nothing explosive, no tannerite or anything like that. But let's just say it's gonna be a lot of fun if it works out. Bring me back to my younger years. It'd be a lot of fun. AKW, that's awesome. What kind of shotgun shells? High brass, low brass, 7.5, steel shot, fours. What were you using? Ty, you're obsessed with these squirrels. You remind me of Adam Utterback from Sleepy Creek. That man is obsessed with squirrels. He said he'd rather chase a white squirrel over a 180-inch deer any day. KW, I wish you luck, buddy. I really wish you luck. Uh, no, this is gonna be fun. All I know is I need to bring my bows, an oar, and swim trunks. So you can use your imagination. Otter, how we doing, buddy? If Boxy's in here at all, which is probably pretty late for him, but I need to get Boxy's information. Otter, if you have his email or phone number, please pass mine on to him. I need to get with him about some stuff. Ruben, it's going to be fun. It might not be productive, but boy, it's sure going to be fun. No, I'll tell you what, Next Gen's got me fired up, though, especially at the NTA, talking with him, and he's got me pretty pumped. I've just got a lot of things to work out and figure out how they're gonna play out first. So, Trapper Bob, how are we doing, sir? Right, Don? Black squirrels I've seen before. I've never seen a white one though, but supposedly they're around. It's just crazy. Like, and this is what's sad. Before today, like normally I'm the one that keeps track. As soon as 100 days before season gets here, I'm counting down. And next gen texts me today and goes, "Hey, 3 months until we're pulling fur." It's like, man, 3 months from yesterday was set day. It's crazy how busy I get. Um, I start another roof next week, and hopefully the week after that I start a siding job. So it just time gets away from you. It really does. Johnny, not much right now. Just kind of pumped up after seeing next gen on here. Figured I'd swing in and just say hi. Just kind of keep the spirits going. As I talked to next gen about it, I like these lives. He actually messaged me and he goes, "Man, these lives really are fun. I see why you do them all the time." It's like a convention without seeing people. You're still talking trapping and interacting with trappers, and that's what I love. Tyler, Western Kentucky. Boy, I can't think of anybody offhand in Kentucky. I know Justin in Tennessee. That's close to you, but man, I get it, man. You got to have people involved and just motivated. Trapper Bob, I have not heard anything. What I do know is the skunk fat. I'm starting to see more and more demand for either just fresh fat or rendered down is pretty good. So um, I can't say exact specifics on it, but uh, yeah. Once I started rendering down some skunk this year, um, I'd never done it before this year. I threw some in a bucket just to see, and yeah, it could be pretty good. Sack Nuts, what's up, buddy? Oh, that's awesome. Beans and brisket, you can't beat that. You cannot beat that. I got some gizzards. They're still in the microwave. Um, I fried them up tonight and just put them in the microwave so the cats wouldn't eat them because those suckers are terrible at it. That's gonna be my lunch tomorrow. So what's left of them? I had 1.87 pounds according to the package of gizzards, and there's probably about a half a pound left. But I love my gizzards, man. That's awesome. Gizzards, hearts. I didn't realize I was that guy. That guy that would just eat complete randomness. Um, but I am. If someone throws something in front of me and says it's some kind of crazy exotic meat or organ, absolutely, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Sack nuts. Oh, now just I'll tell you what. Next gen kind of bragged me up a little bit in his life. I'll tell you what, that kid has. He's been my inspiration. Seeing his drive and his passion for trapping. It's motivated me, and having him halfway close to me, it's really pumped me up. It's really inspired me. Right, Eric? Absolutely. Ace, they better be. I'm the only one in this house that'll eat gizzards or anything remotely not chicken or pork. So it better be. Right? KRM 944? Absolutely. Yeah, Johnny. And he is. I mean, that kid is. He mentioned in my life, I think Internet Vet hopped on there and said that I was jealous of him. And I can't say jealous, but I'm envious. I had a tough learning curve. The generation before me had a lot tougher learning curve. But he had the internet available to him, YouTube available to him. And I am envious of him being in the prime of his life, with no family, no kids, and I am totally excited to see what he can do. That kid is just, my kind of catchphrase, find my drive. He's blown me out of the water with that. It's insane. It is just phenomenal. Oh, no kidding, Lexi. Dan, how we doing? There we are. Probably doesn't want my 5X skin with next gen 6X. That's sad. Liver King? I have not heard of that. Right, Johnny. And he does take some college classes too. So it is phenomenal. That kid's on fire. We've become really, really good friends. Uh, he was one of two people that I gave my phone number to at convention. Just because I got the vibe I could trust him. And he had kind of my mentality at his age. I just didn't have the opportunities as far as technology that he does. I was learning everything from DVDs to conventions. That was my knowledge. Um, but just it is crazy. It's amazing what he's done. He can take things from so many different trappers, modify it to fit him, and excel. And that's what we all. That's the purpose of this. It is if I can help out a couple people to take something from what I'm doing and twist it to fit them, perfect. That's all that matters. Dan. Mr. Somebody, how we doing, Mr. Reese's? Oh, nice, Ty. Nice. No, if me and Next Gen are able to do this here in a couple days, this is gonna be a whew, this is gonna be a blooper film. this uh I don't know exactly what it's gonna end up like, but yeah, this could get good. KRM 944, I appreciate it. I have, he's asked me many questions over the last couple of years, and it's one of those things you can't have somebody come up to you and say, "What's the best bait for coon?" or "What's the best set?" And all you can do is say, "This is what works for me," because I can't tell him what works for him. I can't tell Joe Bob over here what works good for him. Um, but no, it started with him asking questions to me and me giving him my advice, and now it's kind of swayed the other way of now I'm bouncing ideas off of him, which is good. It just shows his growth and how far he's come just in the last few years. It's phenomenal. That kid is on fire. Like, he has my utmost respect. I know a lot of the old school guys might not look at him as something to be threatened with, but I have never seen the passion and drive for trapping that I have in him. And I feel like I had the running up until him, so that's pretty awesome. That really is. I can't say yet, Ben, but because I don't know if it's gonna happen yet. A lot of things got to happen. I've got to finish a bunch of beaver tomorrow after work and Tuesday, but I still got my house chores that my wife wants me to do on Tuesday, so I'll know more tomorrow about this time if it's gonna happen. Trapping Bob, I I 100% agree with that, and I think that's one of the reasons he's one of the few people that have my phone number, because he's very level-headed, very good kid, especially for his age and where he comes from. He's a very, very humble, just good kid, and I have the utmost respect for him. We can all learn from each other, no matter what. It's just that's how it goes. Whether you catch 1,000, 1,500 like he did last year, or 10, we all have something to contribute and learn from. And that's the thing people got to realize is there's so many egos in this kind of trapping world. It's ridiculous. So you have to be willing to listen and to hear other people, no matter what their experience is. You just have to. Oh, AKW, that's too bad, buddy. Oh, absolutely, Johnny. Absolutely, 100%. I'm really excited to see Montana's Mountain Man episode starting here in just a couple weeks. You're exactly, Dan. 100%. Ben, no petting zoo. No petting zoo. Don't start that. Liam, how we doing? We actually, I had a good friend of mine. He he raised and butchered 20 chickens for me because I knew I couldn't do it here. My wife would fall in love with them. It wouldn't happen. So he raised them and butchered them for me, and I got them in our chest freezer right now. But I'll tell you what, some of them suckers are huge. And my wife probably still won't eat them, which is fine. More for me and the kids. But Ty, around here, it's not a fur-bearing animal, so we really don't trap them. Otter, you're right, and I see it more and more. It's just sad. The minute you think you're better than somebody else, it's just you lost. It's game over. Steve, right? All right, Dan, exactly. All right, AKW, you have a good night, buddy. Take care. And that's like I've had a couple people, every time I do a live here, guys, I lose like 3 to 5 people on subscribers. And it's like I don't care. I love talking trapping. I love interacting with people. It's just what I do. It's so fun, so fun, and just watching Next Gen here, uh, it was so cool. I just love seeing his lives, and now he's getting motivated with lives, and just pumps me up that much more because he's not that far from me. So we've got, yeah, I think 40, 45, 46 beaver. It's supposed to be 51. Um, but I just bought some. That guy had 5 less than he said. So, right, Don? Edward, how we doing? Right, Dan? Exactly. I'm in the same boat. Like my wife could care less about it. She supports me, when we do lives together, and she'll hang out and talk. But ultimately, trapping's not her thing. She could care less. So this is kind of my people where I talk. So I want to show you guys my pile of beaver, which, hold on, I've got several on boards. I've got 40 some left to go. And look at that. Hold on. That's head high. We're going to be pushing 600 pounds of beaver. Time to get them done, get them finished, and start making pogos and get ready for next season. So, Don, probably not another one. Although I do have some Fireball out here that's been out here for a couple months, but oof. Oh, Johnny, absolutely, man, that's awesome. Yeah, KRM. And we're in different situations. Like I said, when Vet said, I'm jealous of him, I am in a way. He's able to hit his prime and know what he does before he has wife and kids, before he has a full-time job. Do I think I could have hold my own with him back then when I was single? Probably not. I'd like to think I could, but probably not. Um, we'll see. Thanks, Otter. Uh, but he's got that opportunity. He's in the prime of his life, and like he said tonight, before he gets married or has kids, he wants to take one season and hit it as hard as he can and see what he can do. I really hope he does it. Um, I really don't think that 3,000 Coon is out of his realm if he wants to. Yeah, KRM. That's not most of that. Those beaver I've bought. I buy beaver, so I only caught 53 this year. So um, a rough year for me. I was really hoping to hit 100, but it just was not in the cards. Yeah, Dan, that's scary, man. Hope everything works out for you. That's just, oh, that's scary. I had kind of a humble experience today. I wouldn't say humble, but just an eye-opening experience is probably the better way to say it. Uh, so as you guys know, I work in a freezer. Um, it's been 17 years ago when I started there, and one of the girls I started with today passed away this morning, or yesterday morning, I should say. But I found out about it this morning. She was 35 years old, same age as I was. I worked in the same department, same shift with her. And I knew she had some kidney issues, and I found out she passed away today. Um, really nice, sweet Christian girl. Uh, I don't know the circumstances, but I do know her, basically her husband. They've been together for years, and uh, man, I reached out to him, but I haven't heard anything back yet. Just it's tough. It's a scary deal. No, Don. Next Gen skins everything himself, so. There you go, Steve. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, sack nuts. That's crazy. I've got the one I caught this year was 70. Um, I've got the one inside. It's a 72 or a 76. I wish I could remember. It's one of the two, but that's my biggest one yet. Uh, but yeah, this year's my biggest was 70. Okay, I am. Okay, yep. Yeah, back in the 80s, there was some good money in it, especially the late 70s. There was some real money in trapping. Just things have changed since then. It's gotten pretty rough. But the few of us are left. We love what we do, and we're gonna keep pushing to the bitter end. So that's why my focus is kind of. I started this channel focusing on numbers and showing what the average blue collar married man with a regular job or kids could do. But now I'm starting to see how important it is to pass it on and get new trappers and education of antis. And my focus is definitely swinging from one to the other. Uh, that's why I can't come out and say it yet, but I'm working on a new YouTube channel that's not mine, but I'm building it for an organization. Um, just trying to grow trapping and grow education. I'll bet, Zach. Absolutely. Dan, you're 100% right there. That's kind of unfortunately on a loan they don't let you use traps, but I feel like I'm good enough with snares and that cable they're allowed to use, depending on the area. I could catch some fur. Um, but yeah, yeah. I always told my wife, especially when COVID hit, I was like, she gets pretty nervous about it. Like, what's gonna happen if things really take a turn? I said, honey, we'll always have food. Um, I know enough of what I'm doing that we'll always have food. Yeah, Ace, it really is. Seriously, you were just going to bed when I talked to you. You're like, yo, what are you doing? Go to bed. We're just talking about you. And I did mention, I didn't say what's going to happen, but potentially there could be some really crazy videos coming out in the next couple days. And I left it at that. OtterCat, I haven't looked much into it right now. I'm so busy with everything else, but it's definitely been, in the back of my mind thinking about it. Right now, there's another auction um, that's going to be coming up, hopefully, that I need to reach out to Boxy for, um, just to help one of our trapping brothers. So, oh, I bet, Zach. Yeah, hi and stuff. How we doing? Next gen, yeah. I'll tell you what, buddy. I am looking forward to you moving down here, so that way we can actually do this stuff together. Uh, Sit out here. I'll actually bring the laptop out here, and we'll sit down in the pogo making area, and we can do lives together. Really, Karim? That's crazy. There you go. Absolutely, Dan. Honest stuff, I'm doing all right. Unfortunately, I'm going to work tomorrow, but it is what it is. Steve, and that's the hard part is you've got to reach out on social media to find people. It's tough. Luckily, my channel has found so many people. Like that's the best way I found to reach out to people. Um, so like Iowa is having, I think it's seven trapping education classes this summer into fall. Uh, Last I checked, 4 or 5 days ago, they were all 1 through 9. My class that I'm hosting, that I've advertised and promoted, we have 35. So, it's just a thing where you've got to reach out on social media and promote it and advertise, and that's how you find people. Next gen, no, but in a couple weeks there will be. Right now it's filled with beaver on board, so yeah, Dan. I'll tell you what, I don't have Boxy's phone number, and I'm not asking for it, but if you could email my phone number to him or reach out to him with my phone number, seriously, I'm 100% in support with that. Anything I can do, we kind of know what's going on, you and me, but just message me or him or something. Have Boxy get a hold of me, because I want to help out with that any way I can. I appreciate it, Steve. Cody Cruson, Clay Creek Cages. Clay Creek, absolutely. Oh, whew. Wow, that I got upside down. Didn't realize that bucket was there. I know who you are. I know where you're at. You built some awesome cages, man. Uh, Clay Creek. I've heard that name several times. My buddy Justin always talks about it. Uh, I was actually was hoping to see it at Nationals, but you weren't there. But no, I do want to talk to you about getting a few traps from you, buddy. Whew, that got crazy real quick. I'm not even hardly drinking. Right, Steve? I literally went to put my foot up, and I didn't even see a bucket here with my Duke banner on top of it that I need to hang up. All right, Dan, just make sure he's okay with me getting his number. I don't like getting people's numbers without them knowing about it. But yeah, I'm 100% willing to help out with that any way I can. James, how we doing, buddy? You were on late last night with us too. I don't even know what time it is. Nah, it's only 11:30. Yeah, solid 6 hours before I have to get up, so we're good. I should be working Beaver right now, so I don't have to do it on Monday when I'm gonna go on this. We'll call it an adventure. We'll call it that. Really, James? Let me see if I can't send you my email on here on my phone. $12.24 in VA. Steve, I can't. My problem is I start working. I've tried it before. I did a live where it's like, all right, I'm talking. Next thing I know, I'll get into it. And it was like a solid 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I had to look up, and it was like, yeah, it was terrible. There you go. Ruben shared the email. James, if maybe you typed it in wrong. That's crazy that came back. I don't know why, buddy. But yeah, Dan. If Boxy's good with having my phone number, I'd love to call him and see what I can do to help out with that. We're a small community and we got to stick together. And I just can't imagine. I can't imagine. Next Gen hit the nail on the head. We are literally 3 months from our first catch of the season. Well, actually, right now we're 3 months away from our first day's check. So hopefully by now I've got 100 plus coon in here in 3 months, which this place has a long ways to go before then. Uh, but we're gonna do a lot of videos this year. A lot of videos. Oh, 100% next gen. You know, I preach that a lot. You know, that there's probably one thing that money it can buy, but the one thing money doesn't always buy is memories. Um, and this will definitely be one of them if this happens. Oh yeah, Ace, absolutely. You know, I got this potential trek with next gen to where things could get really ugly, really wet, and really muddy, and just overall potentially disastrous. Uh, but then get these beaver finished up, get them moved, and then it's 100% focus on the shop. Get it ready to go. Get the basement finished for my wife because she's all about that. Get it finished, framed up. Hopefully, get it wired, and then focus on the shop. So that's been very clear. Really, Steve, what feet per second is it though? I'm really curious on that. Ty, all about the squirrels. All right, Lexi, you tell mom, pops, um, Jacob, and your little one. I will see them in basically a month from now. A month and 4 days. A month and 3 days. Really looking forward to seeing you guys. Oh, James, that's crazy. Yeah, Ruben, I would not want to be a squirrel within 20 miles of Ty, judging by how this is going. You need to meet with Adam. You guys are awesome. Yeah, KRM. So our open season is on the 4th this year. First check is on the 5th. So we're there. We are there. Steve, you might be all right. I like the 1,200 feet per second with 177, but it's an actual pellet, not a BB. Uh, I hope it works for you, but I can't promise it, man. Oscar, how we doing, bud? Squirrelologist. Well, I'll tell you what, next gen, that last morning when we woke up and he had half of his body hanging out of his tent. I don't know how much of a ologist he was, but I'm not kidding you. That NTA, I will remember that for the rest of my life. And those are the memories that cannot be bought. Next gen watched me flop over a fence unsuccessfully, with barely spilling anything, but unsuccessfully still. All right, Dan, I really appreciate it, buddy. Steve, absolutely. Pre staking is huge for me. I will be out there opening morning of pre staking 8 a.m. and hammering steel. Just it's not a gaining property. It's so I can get all the stuff set that I want to on opening day. That's the huge thing. Right, Karim? Absolutely. Ruben, the old couple that said they had a video did not have it. I was really hoping they did because I was gonna take it from them. Yeah, next gen. Yeah, he hit the nail on the head right there. Okay, Dan. Awesome. Awesome. Clay Creek. So the next year's in uh, Sioux Falls, Sioux City, South Dakota, whatever that is. You might have caught me in a really bad moment at the NTA this year. I do want to talk to you about some equipment. Yeah, Steve, and that's the problem. So people view pre-staking as claiming territory and boxing people out. No, I'm setting it early so I can come through and set a lot. If I have a hard day of pre-staking, I'm getting 200 traps in the ground, maybe 250 at best. But if they're all in the ground, I can set 500 a day by two because they're already in the ground, and that's what people don't understand. So it's not a territory thing. It's just a strategy to be able to get that equipment set. That's it. There's several times I'm pre-staking, set traps, come through and set, and people are set around me. That's fine. They have just as much right to be there as I do. 100% as much right. I don't get upset about it, but for some reason, some people get upset if I do the same thing to them. So it's public ground, guys. It's just how it goes. At least here in Iowa. I get it. I get it, James. 100%. All right, good, Clay Creek. Absolutely. Shane, how we doing? No, next gen it is. That's all it is. It's just speed and efficiency. Um, I was actually kind of crazy. By my old hometown, I saw a dead badger on the side of the highway today. I've never seen a badger within 10 miles of there, so that was kind of cool. Right, Dan, and that's the thing. Like, as long as you're ethical, chains don't cross and issues with that, no one's stealing something, it's all fair game. That's just how it is. Um, I expect to have people sit on top of me. Or so I used to road line with a good buddy of mine. We were good friends, but we were very competitive. And I actually, is before I started filming, but there was an opening day where I would set this spot. He would come up behind me, pass me, and set this spot. I would pass him and set this spot. What I did realize, we're in such a hurry to beat each other. Both of us came through after and set traps where the other one was, and we had time to set better traps than when the other one was there rushed, if that makes sense. Like, I'd run down there like, oh, he's behind me, I gotta beat him, set a trap or two and go. But then he'd come behind me and look at it and kind of distinguish what's going on, and he'd find the better edge. I would find his stuff where he beat me. I have a better edge if I set over this little berm here. So it's double-edged sword, but all it is about efficiency of getting traps set on opening day. That is it. Uh-oh. Oh, sack nuts. There you go, James. Exactly. Exactly, Don. Exactly. That's all it is. They have just as much right to. Ah, screw it. They have just as much right to do it as I do. So. Oh, that was terrible. Bill, how we doing, sir? Hopefully, new roof's on and no leaks for you. That little flat piece there is kind of a pain. Hopefully, they got it all worked out for you. Oscar, I've never seen a honey badger, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot of jokes regarding it. No, next gen, you do not think about that, because that's my goal. You already broke 100 on opening day on film. Or maybe I'll just challenge you to who has the better opening day. Battle Royale. Really, Ruben? Seriously, Bill? Oh, man, you should have got a hold of me, man. I can point you in the right direction for that roof. Like I said, it's too steep for me, but I've got some connections, man. Tony, what's up? Oh, next gen. There it is. See, this is what happens. You brag up these younger kids and tell them how much you are impressed by them, and then they hit you in the heart. That's just typical. I'm gonna be the old man on a walker, and here comes next gen. He's gonna come up and be like, push, and game over. Dan, I hope that's not aimed at me, but you're probably right. I actually do have a, believe it or not, a hernia issue that I have to deal with from right here down to my belly button, and it blew out a lot in the last couple days. So we're figuring out if I'm going to address that before or after season. So, oh, Tony, that's crazy. I bet you did, next gen. Yeah. It's just how you are. No respect for your elders. No respect for the people you ask questions to for the last 2 years, and just I get it. I get it. Maybe you'll be the first one that's muddy in your underwear next week. Who am I kidding? It'll probably be me. Oh, okay, I am. No. No, I can't hold a candle to that kid right now. I couldn't. Um, And that's the thing. So, you know, me and him both mentioned 200 coon on opening day. I've never done it. My best was 134. He had 176 or 172. Uh, I can't remember exactly what it was, but so the average person, even if you catch that many, I'm like, man, that's awesome. Shit, now what are you gonna do with them? You gotta have a place to process them or sell them on the carcass or whatever you do. That gets interesting. Oh wow, hunting stuff. That's crazy. James, yeah, but I've my 35 years have been. I mean, I know a lot of people have them rough, but I've done a lot of roofing. My job, I lifted 50,000 pounds every single night for like 12 years, and it's definitely catching up to me. Yeah, next gen. It won't even take 5 minutes. I give it three. Actually, I give it the first 45 seconds from when I get the kayaks out that something bad happens. 173. Okay. Ottercat, yeah, you're 100% right. There's no fair fighting. Absolutely. Sack nuts, I don't blame you. I start a new roof not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, and it's a big one. It's definitely going to push me and get me right to that point I'm not comfortable, but my regular job, I can't get the hours that I want, and you got to feed your family. So that's what you do. Uh, my wife tells me you need to be done roofing, you need to be done with all this extra stuff, and she's right. But we're not to the point financially that I can do that. I've got to keep doing these roofs where I can make 2 to 3 grand every couple weeks. I just have to. KRM, absolutely, absolutely. You know, when so I talk about the things you have to have to be successful and catch numbers. Um, I talk about equipment. Equipment is not just traps. It's a facility. It's freezers. It's a setup to handle what you're doing. This isn't just I went out and caught 200, 300 coon. Here you go, because there's no one that you're selling carcass raccoons to right now. So that's a huge thing. A huge thing. Sack nuts. The roof I'm doing. The one I'm getting ready to start on is, um, I believe an 8. So right on that threshold of being able to walk on it. I have to use my skinning shoes, which actually I'll show you what my skinning shoes look like. There's nothing left to them, so I have to use them because they're so soft they'll grip well. Ty, it's hard. I'm my authenticity, so I can't knock out a roof in a day like some people or groups can. It's just part of it. This is 22 square, but it's 6 planes, and I have to rebuild a plane of one of them to make it flatter because there's a flat spot down below that's leaking. So the plane comes down and there's a flat spot. I have to rebuild this plane of the roof to make it flatter so there's not a flat spot. So that's going to be the big problem. Right. Right, James. Hey, Patrick, how we doing, bud? All right, next gen. I'll take you up on that. I'll just turn down my season. I'll just make money off you. That sounds perfect. I'll do that in the evenings. Work during the day. probably come out money ahead versus me actually trapping. But I should probably head towards bed. Got to work tomorrow, unfortunately. I didn't want to. Sundays is kind of my morning with my daughter to take her to breakfast, let mama sleep in, but I got to work this one and then I got to roof on the next one, so might be 3 weeks before we end up doing that, which no, kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You know, you gotta do whatever you have to do to make ends meet. That's just kind of the bottom blue collar world that we live in. So no, next gen. This live will be deleted later, so no chance. KRM, basically you can factor in a tank of gas every single day for the first 3 weeks. And then for the rest of the season, probably a tank every 2 or 3 days on average. So I think last year I was right around $2,000, 2,200, something like that. But Casey's rewards, I'm building them up. Hopefully in about 3 to 5 years, I got enough to make it a week. But anyway, looks like the wife's fully asleep now, so I won't be in trouble sneaking into bed. But yeah, I love talking trapping, guys. That's what I do. I love this stuff. I'm glad to see Next Gen doing more lives because he needs to. That kid knows what he's doing and needs to share it. So, Otter, not tonight. She's kind of angry. You're at 55,000. I think I'm at 57,000 Next Gen. I'm gonna have to send it to you. But still, I mean that's like 3 days. Eric, yeah, absolutely. See you in September. I'm looking forward to it. I got the Iowa convention right after Labor Day. Then 2 weeks later, got the Nebraska convention. And I'm really looking forward to South Dakota next year for the Nationals. Otter, that's fair. I'll tell you what, I'll give you her number. You text her because if I wake her up, she's going to be furious. Patrick, that, and just her work. Her work stresses her out, and yours truly kind of takes the heat on that. But that's what it is. Anywho. Bill, nothing I could buy would fix that. Dan, you're gonna see me in October if you have Weebies Outdoor Adventures. I'm really looking forward to that. No, Ottercat, I'm gonna wake her now and say, hey, Ottercat said to wake your ass up to say hi. And when I do it, I'm gonna like smack her on the shoulder to do it. Hey, you awake? Oh, I get it, Zach. I get it. Yeah, whenever I get that figured out with Weebies Outdoors, figure out when everything's going on, I will post it on here. But pretty excited, especially because Mark taught me a lot of what I know. He's kind of my role model when I was learning to trap. So to have him ride with me, film with me, and literally to tell me he's never seen that before or that's a good idea, it just made me feel like, man, I'm onto something. I am doing something good considering he's done this for 40 years and has never seen that or done that. That makes you feel good. Oh, nice, Bill. You're a better man than me. Technically today's my Friday, but I'm going into work just because I need some cash. So, but anyway, we'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna hit the hay in the spare bedroom. But we'll see you guys Monday night into Tuesday. There could be a very, very interesting video coming out. Whether it's Next Gen's or mine, I don't know. Might be both. We might even do a live. Who knows? If we do a live, though, it damn well better be in a waterproof case, because things are about to get sketchy. So, love these lives, guys. Love talking to y'all. Um, it's so motivating to have people to talk to that love trapping. And this wasn't around for me 10, 12 years ago. So, yeah, Dan, I'll check it out. All right, you guys take care, and we are out of here.